Okay, so I'm still waiting on fuel fittings. Should be here from FedEx tonight. I had them overnighted to get the fuel side of the nitrous system finished. I need to wire in the electrical and the new Mishimoto fans we put in. Both are going to take high amperage relays. I am already maxed out on the existing fuse block and relay box I put in. This one's been modified for negative triggers internally. I did a video on how to do that probably 2 years ago. It's in the playlist somewhere. You can see it if you want to do it. But I'm maxed out here, and I need to run the bigger relay for the fans anyway, the 40/60 amp. So let's go over that real quick. So the voltage is the same. For those of you guys that don't know this stuff, difference between voltage and amps, like there's a difference between can and may, shall, should, kill, murder, etc. and so forth. So voltage, I would call, if you're dealing with an air compressor, the pressure, and then the amperage would be your volume, your CFM. So just because I can run, you notice there's two different gauge wires on this. Black and green are one larger gauge, that's your high amperage side, but the same voltage. And then you got your smaller gauge wires here that you run the same voltage on but less amperage. So just because I can run 12 volts through this don't mean I can run 40 amps through it, but I could on this. Okay, so we're gonna go through hooking this up. This is your standard style, it's a 5-pin relay. They're only using 4 pins on it. So what we've got here in the MS3 manual, my wifey printed off for me, is how to do relays. It's pretty simple, honestly. So you got your always hot that goes to one side of your relay for the actual switching part. You're just passing the hot leg through the high amperage side of the relay. Then you trigger it with the low amperage, same voltage side, say off of a key switch, or if it's going through your ECU, like here, it would internally ground it and complete the circuit. Hang on. Always bad timing. And then your MS3 would internally ground it to complete the circuit and engage this relay for your injectors. So the high amperage side is going to be your 30 and your 87. So you just pass the hot leg of whatever you're trying to feed, like the injectors or perhaps the fuel pumps, because they're going to pull a lot more amperage than your injectors are. See if I can get this pigtail off here without ripping it out. Hang on. So there's your pins. You can see they're marked. The high amperage side is going to be the 30 and the 87. You're not using the 87A. Then to trigger that, for that relay to close, you'd put your low voltage stuff on the 85 and the 86. Yes. So your hot would come in on the 85 from like your switch. And then if you're going to a ground, or perhaps you're going through another switch and it's triggered off the ground, so your switch would go in here. You just run the negative leg through it. And then when it goes closed, it gives you your ground, which would then close this and give you your high amperage to, say, your fuel pump or your electric fans and so on. Hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense once you get in there and start doing it.